So this is how to do task 5. And if we look at the project card there, task 5 says, compose an 8-bar rhythm of structure A, B, A, C, with each phrase being 2 bars long. Ensure the rhythm sounds finished in bar 8, and then perform in time to a metronome. So let's break that down a little bit, because that's quite wordy and there's some words that we've not come across before. First of all, let's look at what we know. We know how to compose a rhythm. We've been doing it through tasks 3 and 4. We know how to perform in time to a metronome, because we've also proved that in earlier tasks. From the end of the task 4 video, we know how to make it sound finished by choosing that longer duration note at the end. So there's lots that we actually know how to do already. We also know, although we might not realise we know, what a phrase is. Because when we were talking about question and answer in task 4, that's what a phrase is. A phrase is like a musical sentence. So I had a 2-bar musical phrase as my question, and I had a 2-bar musical phrase as my answer. So in essence, task 4 was a 4-bar rhythm made of 2 musical phrases. This time we've got to compose an 8-bar rhythm, so the only bit that you won't know maybe is what it means by a structure of A, B, A, C. So let me jump back onto the whiteboard here. And just to remind ourselves what we need to do, we need an 8-bar rhythm with a structure of A, B, A, C. And let's just talk through what those letters might mean. So our first example, or our first bit of music, our first musical idea, we always recognise as A, because it's the first letter of the alphabet. What B tells us straight after is the bit that follows, the phrase that follows A, is different to A. It's not just repeated. Now as a composer, you can choose the structure of all of your melodies. So it could in the future be that you wanted to create a structure that did begin A, in which case you take the first two bars and you copy them exactly in bars 3 and 4. In this case though, the B section here for bars 3 and 4 will be different to bars 1 and 2. But then in bars 5 and 6, so if I just put these numbers underneath just to give you a bit of support so you can pick it out. In bars 5 and 6, we're going to go back to A. So bars 5 and 6 will be absolutely identical to 1 and 2. Okay, and then at the end, in bars 7 and 8 of our 8-bar rhythm, bars 7 and 8 will be different to B and also different to A. And there's a characteristic that we've got to make sure can happen in bar C, that the music sounds finished. So we've got some direction there. So just like I did before with the previous task, I'm going to put my 4/4. And I think that if you whether you're working on a piece of paper or whether you're working on an iPad screen, if you have a pencil like this, then I think you can't fit more than 4 bars in a line. Without it becoming really small and really untidy. So I've put 4 bars along the top line, and along the bottom line I'm going to put another 4 bars. These are going to be 5 to 8. And then at the end, like we had before, to show it's the last bar, I'll put my double bar line at the end. Let me number the bars so you can get an idea of what's where. And maybe you should do this as well on your piece. You should write the bar numbers in. This is going to be bar 5, bar 6, bar 7 and bar 8. Okay, now what do we know? We know that bars 1 and 2, this bit here, is going to be A. We know that 3 and 4 is going to be B. 5 and 6 is going to be A again. And 7 and 8 is going to be C. Okay, let me write a rhythm, talk you through how I'm doing it. I'm going to start off really simply with a rhythm you know so well. Crotchet, crotchet, 2 quavers and a crotchet. Don't clap this one back. That's what you know as T, T, coffee, T. Then I'm going to go coffee, sh, coffee, sh, just like that. Now I've written my A section. Let me clap it, check I'm happy with it. Yes, I'm really happy with that. Great. But as that's my A section, I've got another A section in bars 5 and 6. So my next job is just to copy that rhythm really neatly underneath. Notice when I draw the notes as well, that I'm drawing the note head first and then the stem, and just to keep it really, really neat, or as neat as I can possibly make it. And if possible, try to keep them all roughly on the same level so that it's not going up and down and up and down. So now I've got this. My next job is to write my B phrase. So in the B phrase, I want it to be different to the A. I might have some similarity, but I don't know yet. I need to listen to A first to imagine what might come next. Shh, shh. That was in my head, so I went coffee, coffee, lemonade, tea, coffee, coffee, tea, tea. Let me check I've got it right. Let me check there's nothing I want to change, in other words. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Now you just heard that A part come back in again, like we had before. What you'll find is that's such a useful tool that we can use in composition, because it helps this part of the rhythm to become more memorable, because our audience is listening to it twice within the 8 bars. Okay, so I've got one job left to do, and my job is to write the C phrase that finishes it off. So actually the way I'm going to do this, I know that I'm going to have a minim at the end, so I'm going to draw that in first. And just looking at the above bar in bar 4, just so that I've got a feature that matches that, I'm going to put in the same rhythm from here. I'm going to put it there as well. Okay, so I've done bar 8, and now I've just got to work out what goes in 7. So I'm going to do 5, or clap from 5, and imagine what might go in 7 before I get to 8. Okay, so coffee, 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 tea. Coffee, 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 tea. And then it's finished off. So I've drawn my 8-bar rhythm with a structure of A, B, A, C. The first part of the task, screenshot it, or take your clear photograph of your work, upload that. Then put your video camera on. Press play on your metronome and clap it in time. Okay,